next door. I've got her noise machine on, so hopefully that keeps Ollie quiet or sleeping. But she usually sleeps like an angel. So go ahead and find yourself a block. We're actually starting in child's pose, but just have one ready, or if you have like a nice tall thick book, but yeah, something that will be able to put in between your thighs. Even a rolled up towel can be really good or useful. So just have that ready, light a candle. We'll start in child's pose. And I want to remind you that this is always, just an offering on my part, and to modify the poses where you need to, and just listen to your body, pause whenever you want. You can always come back to child's pose. So child's pose is toes together, knees wide, sitting back onto your heels, and then you can start to walk the hands forward. So letting the forehead touch down. Taking deep breaths in. So checking in first with your physical space, so finding that length of the spine. Maybe you reach the hands further forward and hips draw back a bit further. You can always rest your head on your hands. So I wanted to teach a morning practice just to kind of encourage myself to get up early again. I had a pretty good routine at the start of the COVID times, and the past 2 weeks, since work has really kicked in a bit more, or I'm back to teaching classes in the studio, my morning practice or ritual has kind of gone to the wayside. So I wanted to put this out there, and then maybe if you can check in on your friends, seeing how their routines are going that we might have established. Maybe text each other or message somebody, say, I'm gonna get up at 6 a.m. to do yoga. You don't have to go to their house. You can just let them know what you're gonna do, and it kind of keeps you accountable. So this helped keep me accountable. So bringing awareness back to your breath. Through the practice, we'll have a deep ujjayi regular breath. So that's the ocean breath, drawing in through the nose. You might exhale through the mouth a round or two before you get that established, with that constriction at the back of your throat. And breathing this way helps sustain our practice. It helps us to move more efficiently and flow more efficiently, so syncing our breath to movement. Usually the inhale can be invigorating and uplifting. Think of opening. Exhale, you're kind of contracting, so the belly's drawing in. It helps with forward folds. So just being aware of that as we flow. I will call the breath, as it is vinyasa, breath sync to movement practice. So just investigating your breath, maybe coming to an intention, so connected with your forehead on your hands or the mat. An intention, or maybe you want to dedicate this practice to someone or something, just sending that energy out there to a cause, or especially movements happening right now. It starts here, and you trickle that mindfulness and awareness, your intention. You live with intention throughout the day. So I find morning practice, and if it's afternoon in Knoxville, if anyone's watching, or back home, but if you can bring in some awareness even about your evening, to build up to the next day. So we'll start to get moving. Start to walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. You might place your right hand around the left wrist to help tug the hand further over. And imagine I'm there placing my left hand on your left hip, and just finding that length, that spread along your left side body and the torso. Full breath in. Exhale, come back through center. And then walk the hands over to the left side. So again, you can take the hand around the right wrist, drawing the right hip crease back. seeking that length along the right side body, so right hip from the right armpit, and you can even walk the hands over a little bit further. Next, inhale, return back to center, and we'll lift the hips up over the knees into your tabletop position. So wrist creases are stacked or facing forward, hips over the knees. Cat-cow, so dip the belly, lift the gaze, shoulders and draw back, collarbones expand. Exhale, draw the belly in, lengthen the tailbone. And you can flow in and out of this, so I like to rock forward sometimes, opening the chest. Exhale, you contract. That energy is drawing back to your core. And as you inhale, you feel it expand. Exhale, round. Take a lateral cat-cow, so looking towards your right cheek or right bum cheek, right shoulder to right cheek. Inhale back to center, long spine. Exhale to the left. Inhale, returning to center. Set up for thread the needle. So left hand stays down, lift the right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, tuck it behind the left wrist. Come onto your right shoulder and side of head. Then you can walk the left hand out so that the left elbow is over the left wrist. And if you'd like to take a half bind, lift your left arm up towards the ceiling, tuck it around the right hip crease, draw the left hip crease back. Further, you can tuck the toes under. You might even start to float the leg up off the floor. Keep the hips square here, so turn your toes down, spiral the inner thigh up. Exhale, deconstruct the pose. Hand comes down, floating the right hand up towards the ceiling. Take one cat-cow. So I'll offer different stages as we go. This is kind of aimed at anyone that's had experience, but if you haven't done this before and you're pretty active, you'd probably be all right. Just modify where you need to, left arm up. Exhale, take it behind the right wrist. Hips stacked over the knees. Taking that half bind to the next breath. So just each breath we can add on. See what that feels like to roll the chest further open. Right hip crease drawing back. Tuck the toes under. You can lift the knee, holding that for a breath. And then on your next exhale, draw the leg up towards the ceiling. Spiral the outer hip down. When you finish the breath, coming down, deconstruct the pose. All right. So from here, I want you to take your awareness to your wrists. Okay, we're gonna do a little isometric hold. So keeping this shape of your hand, we're gonna shift the hips back, and I just want you to lift your fingers off of the mat. Okay, so you're building some strength here. Holding for 10 seconds, which we're at 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come forward. Ooh. We'll do that again for another round. Shifting back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel free to shake it out. You might do another little stretch. I take my knuckles together like this. And you can let the backs of the hands go down, elbows wide. And then you can work it a little straighter, just to stretch that out. As we're going towards wheel, we want to bring awareness to our wrists. Thinking about that, how we can apply that later. Feel free to shake your hands out. Keep your hips stacked over the knees now. Heart melting pose, walk the hands forward, puppy pose. Take a full breath in. Exhale, come forward to the belly. Sphinx pose. And then come to forearm plank. So interlace the hands. You might keep the palms pressing on the mat. Tuck your toes, draw the belly in. You can always do plank on knees. Okay? And just make sure you're squeezing the thighs together. Tops of thighs are active. You can float forward and back. Let's hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you need to tap down, do it, but come into dolphin from there. So start to walk the toes in. And you can pedal your dolphin, so bend one knee, straighten the other. Keep your chest pressing through. You can always interlace the hands if you find that helps. And if your head's touching in dolphin, I'm going to speak to it really quick. You need to bring the arms a bit closer together. Okay, just warming up into our shoulders, pressing the chest through, back of neck is long. Rising up to the toes, bend your knees a little bit, tilt the sit bones up, press the chest through, lower the heels, and then lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. Spiral the inner thigh up. Come right up to the toes of the left leg. See if that helps you lift the leg higher. And then lower the heel back down. All right, and then the top heel can come back down. Whew. It's hard to speak and do this at the same time. Left leg comes up. Spiral the inner thigh up towards the ceiling. Point through the toes. And then lift up the right toes. The heels rising. See if that makes you go higher. Lower the lower heel down. Take another breath, and then the top heel comes down. If you need to come to child's or embryo, do so. Otherwise, come back up. Hold this for 2 more breaths. So see if you can get an equal count going. And then when you finish, come into embryo pose. So hands back by your heels, forehead touching down. Relax the shoulders away from ears. I'm going to check the battery on this phone. Okay. Then walk the hands forward. Tuck the toes, lifting up, downward facing dog. So you can pedal the dog, keep the chest pressing through. So actively pressing through the fingertips. The fingers are spread wide, wrist creases facing forward still. And then bring the feet closer together so you can lift the right leg into the air. Bend your knee, roll the hip open. Watch if your right shoulder lifted, try to keep it square. Draw the heel in close, lift it higher. Then exhale, draw your right knee into your chest, core coil. If you need to come to your knee, do so. Then inhale, lower the shin, just hover. Shoulders over wrist, exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, lower, exhale, squeeze. Last one, inhale, lower, exhale, squeeze. Send the leg back up, and then bring it in between the hands. Low lunge. So if you need a towel under your back knee, go for it. Checking the front knees over the right ankle. You can walk the hands to the knee. And if you're able, bring the hands up overhead. Just try to work the arms straight. You can widen the arms if you need to. Find that length out of the crown of the head. I gotta pick up my pace a bit. And then side bend. So right hand to right hip, or you can take it right to the floor or block. Reach the left hand up and over. So you're finding length through the left side waist. Inhale back to center and then twist. So left hand across to your right knee. Right hand could be on hip, or you might wrap it around, like thread the needle. Sink the hips forward. Full breath in. Exhale, half splits. So extend the front leg. And hands could be on blocks. Lengthening the spine, finding a forward fold. You can flex the toes back and spread the toes. Just getting a stretch through the back of the leg. Hey, Smucky. My dog. And then shifting forward into twisted thigh stretch. So right knee bends. Looking over the right shoulder, picking up your back foot and catching on to the toes. If you have a block or something at home, you can always lift up a bit higher so it makes it easier to catch your foot, or use a strap or a towel. Draw the heel in close as you can. Roll the chest open and press the foot into the hand so it creates a bow shape in your body. Final breath in. Exhale, take the foot away from the hand. Bring the right knee back to meet the left, plank on knees, or full plank if you want. Shifting forward, bending at the elbows, keeping them close to your body. And then inhale for cobra. Shoulders back, chest lifts, legs active. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Full breath in. Exhale out. Then lift the left leg into the air. Bend the knee, roll the hip open. Full breath in. Exhale, draw knee into chest. Shoulders over wrist. Inhale to lower the shin. Let it hover. Exhale, suck it back in. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale to lower. Exhale, draw it back in. And then just stretch the leg out one more time. Exhale, bring it forward. Right knee's down, left leg forward. Low lunge. So you can walk the hands to the thigh. Alternatively, lift the arms up. Left hand to left hip. Reaching the right arm up and over. So finding that nice deep stretch through the right side body. And then the right hand lifting up to the left knee, twisting towards your left. So the hand could be around your low back. You may take a bind. Inhale to unwind. Extend the front leg, half splits. So the hip, right hip over the right knee. You might have a slight bend in the knee, that's totally fine, especially if it's early. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, fold. And maybe it's just an internal pulse. You feel you're lengthening on the inhale and softening on the exhale. Inhale, lift the gaze, bend the left knee. You can widen the stance. Right hand to the floor or your block. Twisted thigh stretch. Look over the left shoulder, catch the foot. Draw the heel in as much as you can. So really feeling the quad stretch, thigh stretch. And then pressing the foot into the hand, roll the chest open. Start to deconstruct, taking yourself back to your plank or plank on knees. Okay, this is a vinyasa, so high to low plank. Lowering yourself all the way down, come to cobra again. Make sure the tops of your feet are pressing, the legs are engaged, the knees are lifting off the mat. And then lower your chest slightly, tuck your toes. Hey TJ, my old housemate from Colorado is on. And then settle into your down dog. Start to walk the feet forward. Bending at the knees. And you can take ragdoll, catching the sides of your arms or backs of your arms. Playing with the weight going into your toes. Letting the back of the neck be long. And then releasing the hands from around the arms. Let the hands go. Bring the toes closer together and start to curl up through the spine. Shoulders up and back. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Hands back to your heart. Now in standing, can you come back to your intention or maybe just a quality that you want to bring into your day? So moving with peace, or like myself, I want to find flow. Okay. Breathe that in. Length out the crown of your head, pressing the feet into the mat. So getting again out of our head into our body. Then lift your arms up overhead. Catch your left wrist. Exhale, side bend to your right. So reaching up and over. Inhale, back to center. Catch the right wrist and sweep it up and over. Inhale, return to center. You might take a slight back bend, lifting the chest. And then exhale, hands through prayer, forward fold. Halfway lift. And then exhale, stepping your feet back. You can come to plank on knees or full plank. I'll demonstrate full plank. Shifting forward as you inhale. Exhale, bend at the elbows. You can come to 90 degrees or all the way down. From 90 degrees, you can come to upward facing dog. Up dog is just the hands and feet on the mat. Length out the crown of your head. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can pedal the feet again. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, rise to the toes, look ahead. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Taking a side bend. Left hand, take it up and over. Inhale, back to center. Catch the right wrist and take it up and over. Inhale, returning to center. Lift the gaze, you might press the hips forward. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, going to your high plank or plank on knees. You can also skip this at home and go straight back to down dog. So if you're in high plank or low plank, lowering down. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, rising up to the toes, look ahead. Exhale, step or jump to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Catch your left wrist. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, back to center. Take the right wrist up and over. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. You can bend the knees, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. So maybe now you're feeling more to jump to 90-degree arms. Inhale for up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out. One more round of the sun. We're gonna move through quite a few to get you nice and invigorated. Rising up to the toes. Exhale, step or hop to the top. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale again to center, pressing the hips forward, length through sideways. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. So that could be going high to low plank, upward facing dog or cobra. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in, rising up to the toes. Exhale, lower the heels. Inhale, rising up to the toes. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Sink the hips low. Your fingertips might still be down. Lift the arms up high. Full breath in. Exhale, sweep just your right arm back. So twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left arm back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, Uttanasana. Halfway lift. Again, here you might go straight back to down dog, or go through high to low plank, upward facing dog or cobra, back to down dog. So if your breath is short like mine, because I'm talking, you can just go straight back to down dog and find your breath again. Lift your right leg up into the air. Exhale, crescent lunge. So foot in between the hands. It's like Anjaneyasana with your knee lifted. Take the arms up. Feel free to keep your knee down if you need. Exhale, sweep the right arm back. Inhale, take it forward. Exhale, flow down to your mat. Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank. Upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting the left leg up into the air. Exhale, crescent lunge. Inhale, the arms rise. Exhale, sweep just the left arm back. Take it forward, inhale. Exhale, high to low plank. Moving that energy. Sweeping back to downward facing dog. Take a full breath in here. And a full breath out. Inhale, rise to the toes, look ahead. Exhale, step or quiet hop to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Hips low, arms rise. Exhale, right arm sweeps. Inhale, take it forward. Exhale, left arm back. Inhale, it comes forward. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. So you move through your variation. It could be plank on knees, lowering for cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg rises. Exhale, crescent lunge. Arms rise. Exhale, sweep the right arm back. Take it forward, inhale. Exhale, high to low plank. Okay, or just simply step back as I have. Taking your inhale for cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg rises, inhale. Exhale, crescent lunge. Foot in between the hands. Take the arms up. Exhale, sweep the left arm. Take it forward, inhale. Exhale, high to low plank. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. In down dog, inhale, rising up to the toes. Exhale, over the heels. And then inhale, looking forward, bending the knees, step or hop. One more round of the sun, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Hips low, arms rise. Exhale, sweep the right arm back. Inhale, take it forward. Exhale, left arm. Inhale, forward. Exhale, Uttanasana. Halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Moving with your breath. Upward facing dog, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg rises. Exhale, crescent lunge. Bring it forward. Lift the arms as you inhale. Exhale, sweep the right arm. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, high to low plank. You may be doing a one-legged chaturanga, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, the left leg rises. Exhale, step it forward. Lift the arms. Exhale, sweep the left arm back. Inhale, up. Exhale, high to low plank. So just check that breath is going out nice and slow so you have room for the inhale. Full breath in here. Full breath out. How are you guys doing? I can't see the screen, but hope you're feeling warm. Okay, we're moving to another sun salutation variation. Feel free to come to child's pose anytime if you need to find your breath. So rising up to the toes, inhale. Bend the knees, look ahead. Step or hop to the top. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, hips low, arms rise. Exhale, bind the hands. Lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Keep the bind breath in. Exhale, release the hands back down. Halfway lift. And then go through your vinyasa, chaturanga, high to low plank. Upward facing dog or cobra. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, warrior one. So hips are square. Hands can be facing forward. Hips are forward, hands to hips. Then take the arms up. Exhale, interlace the hands at the low back, lift the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Take a full breath in, lengthening, exhale. And then press into the feet, rise the arms, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. So you can see how you can really build a lot of heat with all these high to low planks. Inhale, the left leg will rise when you arrive in down dog. Exhale, warrior one. So back foot's about 45 degrees angle. Right arms lift, you're pressing into both feet. Exhale, interlace the hands, maybe change the overlap, lift the chest. Exhale, bow to the inside of the front leg. Full breath in, full breath out. Press into the feet, lift the arms. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. So high to low, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Rising up to the toes, look ahead. Exhale, step or jump. In between the hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, hips low, arms rise. Exhale, interlace the hands, bind. Lift the chest. Exhale, fold with the bind. Full breath in. Exhale, let it go. Halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana, flowing through. I might take the easy one. Easier for me. Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg rises. Exhale, warrior one. Plant the feet, lift the arms. Exhale, bind the hands, lift the chest. Exhale, bow, humble warrior. Breath in here, full breath out. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Full exhale to lower down. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg rises. Exhale, warrior one. Lift the arms, inhale. Exhale, interlace the hands, lift the chest. Exhale, bow to the inside, full breath in. Complete exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, flow it down. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. One more round. Rising up to the toes, look ahead. Exhale, step or hop, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, arms rise. Exhale, bind the hands, lift the chest. Exhale, full with the bind. Full breath in. Exhale, release the hands. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Up dog cobra. Back to down dog. So your right leg will rise. Warrior one, step forward, arms lift. Exhale, take the bind. Lift the chest. Exhale, dipping down, humble warrior. You have a breath in and out. The inhale will sweep your arms up. Exhale to flow down to your mat. Or take extra breaths in down dog as I have. Then the left leg will rise. Exhale, warrior one. So I want you to finish that one on your own. going through your chaturanga, up dog, back to down dog. So we can take a quick water break, or child's pose if you need or require, or just stay in downward facing dog and reconnect to your Ujjayi pranayama, your breathing. So see if you can slow it down like I'm trying to. Makes you really appreciate like singer dancers. So see what's moved. Maybe you were kind of concerned about something today, and flowing like that has helped you not think about that in that moment. You're so focused on your breath and your movement. Just another 2 to 3 breaths there, and I'll have us all meet back in downward facing dog. Really try to slow that pace down. And then meeting in downward facing dog. Starting to look ahead now, rising up to the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step or hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Hips low, the arms rise, Utkatasana. So just checking the knees are in line with the ankles so they're not pigeoned or swayed out. Nice and stable. Hands to prayer, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, twist towards your right. So hooking the left elbow to right knee. From there, you can roll the chest further open. Try to get the heart above the hips. So you might lower them more. Checking the left knee is in line with your right knee. Playing with the weight going forward to the toes and back to the heels. Full breath in, length out the crown of your head. Full breath out. Inhale to center. Right to the other side, hands to prayer. Whole new leg. Left elbow is above the right elbow. Rolling the chest open. Hips low. Keep on breathing nice and slow. Staying deep in your chair. Imagine I'm there watching you. Hips low. Heart is above the hips. Last breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, coming back to center. Take Kali Mudra. So interlace the fingers, put the pointer fingers out, stretching through the shoulders. Feel free to reset. Then rising up to the toes in this shape. And you can lower the hands whenever you need to. Toes pose, so start to slowly lower. Keeping that balance. You can bring your hands to prayer. Take your knees wide. Garland pose. It's like Malasana with a narrow stance. Hands will come forward. And you can let the heels sink down. They may still be lifted depending on your flexibility. You can stay here. Treat it like a child's pose, so nice rest. Or take crow pose if you want more. So you might lift yourself up to your tippy toes. Knees connect to the back of the arms. Bending at the elbows. And you can work this one straighter towards crane. Toes together. Taking 3 breaths in your crow. We'll meet in Padangusthasana. So peace finger forward fold, down big toe. Start to lift the hips up. Feet are hips width apart here. Bend your knees a lot to catch the big toes. And then lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. You can keep the knees bent so the belly can rest on the thighs. You start to work the legs straighter so it comes away. And then bring the feet back together to touch. Halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. So moving through high to low plank. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. The full breath there. Full breath out. Shifting forward into plank. So this can be done on your knees as well at home. All right, nice long line from the heels out, the crown of the head. We'll come to side plank for a couple breaths. So right hand down. You can always come to your forearm if you have any wrist issues. Okay, You can take modified side planks. I'll show you that one. Left hand to left hip, or reach it right up, holding for 5, 4, counting down, bicep forward, tricep back. Now that's about 5, so come back through center, well done. Over to the left side. So you can stack the feet or have them train tracked, or take the knee down, lifting the leg up. Finishing this countdown from 5, so we got about 2, 1, come back through your plank, and then press back to down dog. From down dog, bend the knee, roll the hip open, lifting the right leg in the air, shifting forward, foot in between the hands. So just finding your feet, maybe widen the stance a bit, lifting the arms up overhead. And bringing the hands into prayer. Lengthen yourself forward. You can always drop your back knee if you need to. Find a long line, and then we rotate from there. Rolling the chest open. Sink the hips low, and you can extend the back leg as much as you can. So make sure the knee's straight in the left leg. As you exhale, you can draw the belly into spine. Maybe find a bit more length out of the crown of the head as you inhale. Inhale, coming back to center. Thunderbolt. So just reaching the hands forward, nice and strong from the foot out through the hands. And then hands to hips, lifting up to crescent lunge, dropping the back heel in, warrior 1. So kind of integrating all the sun salutations. Lift the arms up overhead. I want you to place your palms up towards the ceiling, okay? You can widen your hands if you need to. Chest is opening, and finding a bit of a back bend here. So coming back into the depth of the front thigh and warrior 1. Pressing the palms up, and then open the arms, interlace the hands, lift the chest. Exhale, bow to the inside of the front leg, humble warrior. So lengthen the crown of the head forward, dipping down, trying to not rest on your right leg. So you're along the inside, pressing the feet into the mat, full breath in, and let the hands go. So here you can take blocks under your hands, we'll come to pyramid. So lengthen out through the crown of the head. And folding over the front leg. You can pivot your back toes so that they're facing forward as well. Or have it that slight angle. Slight bend in the front knee is okay. Just try to be active in the stretch. So you're grounding from the feet all the way up to the hips. And here you may take a revolve triangle. So twist, so right hand into the right hip. Your left hand could be on a block under the left shoulder. And you try to rotate the chest open. Your back heel might lift slightly, that's okay. Reaching the right arm up towards the ceiling. Drawing the belly in. And then bring the back hand down, or top hand down. Shifting forward into standing splits. So left leg into the air. Lengthening forward, folding forehead towards shin. So I may go maybe 5 minutes over today. I hope that's okay with you. Or you can watch this recording later. Maybe in standing splits, you take a couple L hops so the top leg leads and stays straight, and the bottom knee tucks in to the chest. Taking 2 more like that, or just 1 round of breath. And then landing in Anjaneyasana, so top leg comes down, back knee touches, right knee is over the right ankle, and lifting the arms up overhead. Tricep stretch, so your left arm will come behind, you bend the elbow and catch the elbow of the left arm. Makes a little headrest, you can lean your head into that. Hips are shifting forward. Drawing navel into spine to help lift your chest. And then releasing the arms up, half splits. Extend the front leg. Lengthen the chest forward. Exhale to bow. So here you may start to walk it out towards full. You can have the hands right under the shoulders on blocks. Just 3 breaths here. Find that softness, that last breath. If you're in full, starting to bring yourself back in. Meeting in twisted thigh stretch. So the hips will shift forward, right knee bends, looking over the right shoulder, drawing the heel in close. You may come to your forearm, rolling the chest open. Right, another round of breath in, drawing the heel in, and then rolling the chest further open, pressing foot into hand, releasing the foot away from the hand. Bring the right knee back, heart melting pose. So stretch through the shoulders, active hands, the forehead touching or maybe your chin. As you exhale, come forward, Sphinx. Just briefly, and then bring the hands down by your side waist, so palms pressing, tops of feet are active, and interlace the hands at your lower back, or you may keep them by your side. Locust, start to press the foot into the mat, lift the chest forward, palms facing down, maybe you have the bind, and see if you can start to maybe lift the feet. So think of length, so pressing the toes away from the crown of your head. Crown of head reaching forward, lift the gaze just past your mat. Chest is open. Exhale, lower. Bring the hands under your shoulders, pressing up and back to your downward facing dog. Full round of breath there. Next, inhale, lift the left leg into the air, bend the knee, roll the hip open. And then carefully bring it forward in between the hands, crescent lunge. So front knee over the left ankle, sweep the arms up. And then bring the hands to prayer. Find some length out of the crown of your head, so your torso just right over the thigh. Exhale to rotate, crescent lunge twist. I meant to mention, you can take the easy twist. So length out the back thigh, rolling the chest open. Full round of breath here. And start to unwind into your thunderbolt. So the hands will reach forward and you find that extreme length. And you'll feel your leg working really hard. And then lift back up into crescent lunge. Drop the back heel in. Interlace the hands. Hands up towards the ceiling. So just take that little back bend before we come into humble warrior. Palms are pressing up. Open the arms and then interlace the hands. Maybe change the overlap if it's always the same. Lift the chest and then bow to the inside. So finding the depth of the shoulder next to the front leg. Really pressing through the back foot as well, the knife edge. Full breath in and let the hands come down. Pyramid, so you can walk the foot in a little bit. So nice stretch along the hamstring of the left leg. Lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold. Feet are active, so you're trying to lift the arches of the feet here. And that kind of fires all the way up to the quads as well. So your legs are active. Then coming into our twist, so right hand could be on a block or the floor. Left hand to left hip. Find that length, again, from hips out to the crown of the head. And then start to rotate. So your shoulders will stack. Left arm can float up. Active through the legs. And then bring the hand back down, standing splits. So bending and launching, lifting the right leg in the air. You might start as I have, like a halfway lift kind of, and then start to fold. L hops. So you're pressing to the fingertips for breaks. So if you're doing L hops, we'll take 3 breaths or 3 more L hops. Maybe you float for handstand 3 seconds. Keep breathing. Next exhale, you come down into Anjaneyasana, low lunge, lifting the arms up. This time the right arm will bend and you'll catch the right elbow. rolling the chest, or keeping the chest nice and broad and open. Head is resting into the arm. So this pose is handy when you're applying sunscreen to yourself. Having that ability to reach. And then start to sweep the arms back up. Half Hanuman or full Hanuman. Extending the front leg. You might scooch the heels away from each other a bit further. Keeping the hips square here as well. So rather than opening, you want to keep the back inner thigh spiraling up if you extend that leg. So from here, count 2 more breaths. Maybe closing your eyes down to feel into your body. And starting to gently guide the leg back in. Twisted thigh stretch. So right hand to the block, looking over the left shoulder. You can always come to your forearm. Catching the foot, drawing the heel in close to start. Just a couple breaths like that. And then pressing the foot into the hand to roll the chest open. Releasing the foot from the hand, heart melting pose. Coming forward into Sphinx. So yeah, this is more like a 50 to 55 minute class. I underestimated my time. From Sphinx, downward facing dog. And then start to walk your feet through, coming onto your backs. This is where you might like to have a block in between the thighs. We'll set up for bridge pose first. So laying completely on your back. For setup, you want your knees stacked over the ankles. Okay? So just to check, you might be able to tickle your heels with your hands. Palms pressing down into the mat. You can have the block there for feedback. Pressing the feet into the mat to curl your tailbone. Then all your vertebrae off the mat. And you might lower the hips slightly, lengthen the lower back, tuck the pubic bone in towards belly, lifting the chest, and start to walk the shoulders closer together. Interlace the hands if you like. Taking that bind. Alright. So feeling into your bridge for another 3 breaths. Alternatively, at home, you could take restorative bridge, so you just place a block or 2 behind the sacrum at your desired height. We'll have 2 more opportunities to come into wheel or bridge. So when you finish that 3rd breath, you can stay in restorative bridge as long as you like. Otherwise, start to lower and hug the knees in. And we'll take 2 more rounds of bridge or wheel. So I'll speak to wheel. Otherwise, if you're in bridge, go on up. Take 6 breaths there. So you can take one-legged bridge as well. So palms are going to come onto the mat, elbows up. You can widen the arms if you need to accommodate. Fingertips are facing towards your toes. So you come onto the crown of your head. All right, just for a breath, and then exhale. Pressing the heart towards the back wall, okay, away from you, and your legs are active. Even the glutes will start to kick on to help support you. So even your butt cheeks, that's okay if they're on. See what it's like to relax them, but engage them. See if that helps you move into that and feel more supported. When you finish your 6 rounds of breath, come down for a rest. You can take reclined butterfly, but keep this train moving. So we'll finish that breath we're on. Start to get ready for wheel or bridge. Okay, maybe in bridge you'd like to take one-legged, same for wheel. I'll demonstrate bridge one-legged. So you'll bring one foot to the midline, slightly. So say your right foot or whatever leg's down, and start to draw your knee into your chest. And then pointing the leg up towards the ceiling. Try to keep it towards the midline if you're in one-legged. Holding for another 2 breaths. Actually pressing the bottom leg. And then lowering that leg down, other side. So notice if your hips really move side to side. Lowering it back down. And then finishing your wheeler bridge. All right, you can hug the knees in. And here we'll place a block in between the thighs. Okay, so activating our core after being so open, a counter pose. So block in between the inner thighs or a water bottle or a towel. And you'll listen to my breath cues. So take your hands behind your head so your neck is fully supported in these abs. Squeezing the block between your thighs. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. These are signature solution yoga abs. They're just amazing. Take a full breath in, hold the breath, squeeze your block, exhale, rise, head and shoulders off the mat. Look at your belly, draw it down. Inhale to lower, exhale here. Inhale, hold your breath, squeeze the block, press lower back down, so your belly draws in. Exhale, rise, head and shoulders off the mat. Look at your navel, squeeze the block. Inhale to lower, exhale here. Inhale, hold the breath, squeeze the block, press lower back down. Exhale, rise, head and shoulders off the mat. The belly's drawing down to the floor. Inhale to lower, exhale here. Inhale, hold the breath, squeeze the block, press lower back down. Exhale, rise, head and shoulders off the mat. See if you can lift as high as you can this last round, and then point the fingers forward. All right, taking your full breath in. Exhale, reaching forward, drawing the belly in deep, squeeze the block. Inhale to release. Hug the knees in. Rock and roll. Start to get some momentum and we'll roll into downward facing dog, or you can take a connecting vinyasa. Hey, Smokey. All right, start to lift the right leg into the air, bend the knee, roll the hip open. He's ready for breakfast. And then bring your right knee to your right wrist, half pigeon. Lengthen your left leg away, lift to the chest. You can fold to your forearms. Have your forehead connected to something, so your fists or maybe a block. I'll show you an option. You can do this in seated. So right ankle will stack onto the left knee. You can walk the bottom foot in or further away, as long as you're just feeling that in the right hip. 2 more breaths. Yeah, I'm sorry I've gone over. So you can really surrender into your belly that last breath and start to walk the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. You may take an optional wild thing. So it's like side plank with your right leg behind you. Meeting your way back into downward facing dog. Good down dog, Smokey. Left leg rises and bring it forward. Half pigeon, lengthen the chest forward. And exhale to fold over the leg. Alternatively, take seated figure 4. If your knee's got a different history, feel free to change that. So here, I want you to completely soften into the belly and let it expand. All right. Let the belly expand and the breath goes deep into the belly. So releasing tension, we need to check into this space every so often. It's where emotions are processed in our pelvic bowl. Starting to walk the hands underneath the shoulders. Tucking the back toes. You can come straight to down dog or take your wild thing. So balancing on the ball of the back foot. Hands come down and then walking the feet through, coming into a seat. So you have 3 options for your forward fold. Okay, you could take butterfly. Okay, Paschimottanasana, legs forward. Or wide-legged forward fold, Upavishta Konasana. All right, so take your option here, lifting up through the chest. Keep a long spine, flat back. Pausing there for a breath. Why are you licking my toes? Exhale further, and then take another 4 breaths here. So closing the eyes down, maybe. So this is the letting go portion, so where we start to make our way towards Shavasana. Oh. Start to draw your legs back together. As you lift the chest up, you can open up through the chest one more time, bring the hands behind you. Smokey, that won't work. And then bring your feet flat. We'll slowly recline onto our backs. So try to let all the vertebrae curl down as you come down. Hug the knees into chest. We'll take a little supine twist, so both knees hug in, and shimmy your hips over to the left. Drop your knees over to the right side of the mat, so double knee supine twist. Oh my god. Smokey, you're so cute. Shoulders grounded, breathe into the belly, and then next exhale, draw the knees back into the chest, supine twist towards your left. So your hips rock to the right so that your hips are stacked, and then the knees come over to the left side. Shoulders grounded, so you can thread the shoulders through. Breathing to the right hip, full breath in. As you exhale, come back through center, make your way into Shavasana. Maybe you need a final happy baby, okay, before you make your way there. So Shavasana could be legs fully extended. You might like constructive rest, knees together, feet wide as your mat. Or reclined butterfly, so feet together, knees wide. Just check in there and see what feels right for you in this moment.